come to the North Conway,
hey,
brother.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
we'll
fuck
fucking
the
give it to you,
South,
baby.
baby.
We're gonna give it to you
Woo.
straight and
Cheers,
hot.
brother. I love you.
I love you too. Dude.
Please sip your drink. We cheers. Thank you. You love me? Back to True Sailing, episode 36. My name's Joe.
And I'm Jackson.
Let's set sail. Destination episode.
It's a destination episode.
Another one.
This is how we do it. It's Monday night, and the Kearsarge Inn is looking all right.
Yeah, we're in North Conway.
North
New
Conway.
Yeah. The destination for most middle-class families in the greater southern New Hampshire area.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
If you live here, you're low class.
Oh.
If it's not a destination, you live here, you're low class. If you live in this hotel, you're scum of the earth.
I will say, on a serious note, though, this hotel's pretty sweet.
I love this hotel, dude.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be so nice. We're at the Kearsarge Inn, which is like right near downtown North Conway. If you can call it such a thing.
We've been throwing rocks at Zeb's General Store all night, dude. We are literally around the corner from the main street.
Yeah.
But like you said, what would you call it? The main thoroughfare? It's more like an alley that set up a bunch of businesses or something.
It's like, I don't know. It's more like a main street kind of town than it is like a downtown city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, downtown's like the wrong... Like downtown North Conway doesn't exist. You know, it reminds me of like when people say like Main Street America. When people say like Main Street America's fucked.
Yeah.
This is like
this
a good
is what they're
portrait
talking
of
about.
that.
Yeah. all those times you keep hearing that, this is where it's going down. This is what's getting fucked.
And that's what it looks like. And we just want to experience that. Dude, we've had a good night.
Have we?
Not really. No, I'm lying. A terrible night. No, we had a good night. Where do we start? You know?
Well, first of all, if you're listening to this, there's probably some video content that's either on your way. Oh, it's going to be on the way. It's definitely not out yet.
Yeah, definitely. It's on the way at the most and at the least.
We got a captain's vlog, maybe something else, maybe not.
Depends how tomorrow goes.
We'll see.
I think tomorrow will go better than today.
I still think today was a pretty successful day. I mean, honestly, dude, here's a bummer. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with a bummer.
Hit me with
real quick.
bummer. I can take a bummer.
I remember Zeb's being bigger. I remember Zeb's being having a little more oomph to it.
So not necessarily like square footage, but just the impact of the items sold. You thought?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I just.
Well, you realize that's all homemade in New England, right? You're used to like big Walmarts and major manufacturing companies. You realize that someone's hands made those goods.
Yeah, I mean, someone's hands make everything, man. I don't know, dude. No, but I remember, I don't know, maybe it's because I was walking around with a camera in my hands and I wasn't really, like, experiencing. I was more documenting.
Yeah.
You had more interaction with the actual merchandise. But, I don't know, the food and candy and shit, which is, like, the big hit there, I didn't really touch. So I guess I really can't speak to it.
Yeah, dude, like, you missed the candy cabinet. We also bypassed. We should go back tomorrow and actually like shop there because we bypassed.
Go back without a camera.
There's like 1,000 salsas that they have. There's 1,000 peach salsas, and that's only one of the fruit salsas that they have. Dude, there's so much shit. But I will say it's probably different for me because, like, I know it better. Like, I'm more accepted there. Like, my dad dated someone that worked there.
That's pretty cool.
Who do you know from Zeb's?
Maybe do you ever think that you love it so much because of your dad dating somebody who worked there?
Yeah, so I have more of an appreciation for it. No, I think it felt smaller because I'm just objectively larger now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not 4'2" anymore. I'm 6'3" soaking wet, dude. Yeah. I take up more space.
Yeah. You're like 6'4", 220 solid.
6'4", 220, bench 450 pounds.
Yeah.
And so for me to pick up like a rock candy, that's like featherweight shit. I will say upstairs, which is like where all the merchandise is, like the bottom floor of Zeb's general store is like,
that's like just
it's all
food.
their food. Yeah, it's like the sarsaparilla and the fucking ginger
rock
liquor and
rock candy.
rock candy.
There's rock candy.
Dude, it's a gold mine for rock candy.
If you love rock
there's
candy,
any rock candy connoisseurs, which there's not.
No.
Even moles.
No
Don't
way.
moles eat rocks?
You'd have to be a piece of shit to enjoy. I don't think anything eats rocks, man.
Worms?
I think
worms
if there was
eat
an
rocks?
animal called a rock eater, it still wouldn't actually eat rocks. I think eat rocks is like a mix of like eat shit and kick rocks. It's like a big insult.
Eat rocks.
Yeah,
Go fuck up your teeth on some rock candy. Rock candy is the most unappetizing name for a food or a candy or anything.
Yeah, they might as well call it like moss candy.
Dirt soup.
Yeah, why would I want to eat that?
You're naming just an organic material that is never consumed.
Yeah.
The first floor, which is all their food stuff, I think we should just take a trip to the first floor. If I go, because the top floor of Zeb's is like all their fucking merchandise. I'm wearing a goddamn hat, so I'm not going to sit here and disparage stuff. But I will say the top floor was a lot. It was pretty underwhelming considering like what I. But I think it's because like half of it is also toys, and I was very into like the homemade toys and the puzzles and shit when I was a kid. But. We weren't exactly welcomed with open arms over there.
No,
which
it was a
like,
little weird, dude. I was a little let down when we were like, oh, like this is still family owned and operated, right? And she was like, no.
And it felt like they tried to
it's
bullshit
owned by
you.
A family.
Yeah, like, it felt like they were trying to bullshit you. Like, this is family owned and operated, like descendants of Zeb's, and they're like, no. And then someone piped in like, it's owned by a family.
Yeah,
that's
like,
the same thing, right? Like,
the person who owns it has a family.
Oh,
so yes, I guess, kind of.
If that's what you want to believe.
Yeah.
Will you buy that rock candy?
That's a little bit of a bummer.
And
And we were hoping to get like an interview with like the person who owns it, just because it's like one of the
happening.
bigger staples here, probably the biggest staple of this place.
Yeah, it's literally like dead center Main Street.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and like it would have been cool to be like, oh yeah, I've been family owned and operated for X amount of time. But once we heard that, I was like, eh. And then once we met the person who was the manager, not even the owner, I was kind of like, yeah, I think we can just pass and kind of walk around, do our own thing.
Yeah, I think we were better off.
I think you really need to
but
interact
it's
with
like,
us.
why wouldn't you, like, we're two fucking, like, 20-somethings. I'm
Very
25
attractive.
now. Very good-looking guys.
Yeah.
You're fucking 54. You look like you've been divorced no less than 3 times.
Yes.
Do the interview, dude, and promote your fucking store. Like, what? I don't get that, dude. Local businesses are so reproachful when it comes to like free advertisement. Like, dude, like
I mean, we were just talking about local business owners being fucking dumbasses. I know we make a living off of not make a living. We don't get paid.
We
for
don't
this,
make any living, dude.
We barely squeeze by. But I mean, our biggest hobby is like basically like ma and pa kind of shit, like
destination shit.
destination shit, checking out, local small stuff. But I will say a good amount of business owners, at least in some places, are let's say it dumb.
Dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
Incompetent. It's like you don't understand how to stimulate your business. That's how you stay local. Like, tell you what, you stay here in North Conway, dude. We're gonna move on to bigger shit. I'm Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
bitch.
That's why I'm inventing a place called McDonald's. I'm looking to
Doing
get
big
worldwide
burgers and
with-
big things. You want to get supersized? You better hop into this value meal, bitch. Guess what? No, but it's you have two, like we were doing like video content. Like you have fucking 2 people walking into your store who are fans of your store. Mm-hmm. Like it's not a prank. I'm not Ashton Kutcher circa 2008. I'm not gonna walk in there and start giving your employees fucking wedgies, dude. You like we are fucking promoting your shit regardless. Why not just be nice about it, dude?
Yeah, I don't understand that, man. I mean, we were just to recap for people. We were looking for a taxi earlier. We were like a 20-minute walk from here, and we walked there, and then after s'mores on a stick, a mudslide, a couple beers, a shot, a latte, and a coffee, I wasn't feeling great for some reason. So we were looking at getting a taxi back rather than getting an Uber.
We were told at the bar there's no Uber. Uber calculated the ride, and it was $6.85 for like a mile and a half, and it said no cars available. So why not tell me it's free at that point? If you're not going to get me a fucking car, I don't care what your fairy tale ride costs, dude. Yeah. That was very weird. I've never seen that before. I've also never been to North Conway before. I know nothing about this place.
But so we were looking, and we were told there's one taxi company in town. or at least
Fast Taxi.
Fast Taxi. So I'm stalling. I'm trying to get the reviews.
I know where you're going. This is
so
funny.
What I did was search for this place,
as you would, because it's kind of.
Yeah.
It's not Uber. Who knows who's vetting these people? Who knows who's selecting the employees, the riders, what's going on here?
And so I go through, and there's like 10 5-star reviews and 8 1-star reviews, and that's it.
Perfect.
So naturally, I'm like, I gotta check this out. So there is a 1-star review from 1 year ago that catches my eye. It is from a gentleman named Pronto P.
Was that really his fucking name?
Yeah.
He's moving quick, dude.
Pronto.
He has places to go, people to see.
So this is Pronto P's review of Fast Taxi. I wouldn't even recommend this cab company. We took them from our rental out. First off, the site says credit cards, and they don't even accept them, which is total false advertising. Then the driver quoted us $36 on the way there, and then changed his mind, charging us $54. Dave, the driver, was driving 65 in a 35-mile zone, hitting snowbanks. Worst experience ever. Wouldn't even recommend this place ever. So Pronto's a pretty intellectual guy. He's pretty smart. He knows his way around the taxi community.
He's Atlas, bearing the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Yes.
He's saying, am I recommending this or not?
He's not even recommending it.
Not even. Not going to do it.
He's also, like you're saying, Atlas carrying the weight of the world with him. He knows he's dropping a bomb. He knows what he's saying is probably going to create shockwaves. It's probably going to, ripple through the taxi community. But he has the balls to say what we're all thinking.
Especially when Pronto Pete gives you a negative review and you're the only thing in the town for him to review. Mm-hmm. You don't show up to the convention, dude. Your company's done.
So
you're gone. So.
Katie R. didn't get that memo. She's the business owner. She owns Fast Taxi. Katie R. replies to Pronto P with the following. Please call me directly. I would like to discuss this unusual review. I own the company and am very distracted by your review. This is also not acceptable to any of us in this company. And then her name and phone number. And then she goes on to say, you may also be getting a total refund if there's any validity and the driver's job is in jeopardy. Thank you for your feedback. We can only get better if we know what is happening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Pronto Pete, thank you.
So, obviously she recognizes the power the Pronto P wields.
Yeah, he's not throwing around butter knives, dude. That he wields a scythe.
And he went for the jugular.
Yeah, he was going for the kill.
And seems
she
like
thinks she has a chance to survive that shot? You're in the stockhold, dude. You are in the gallows, and you're going to try and fucking do your song and dance, dude? This is Pronto Pete. Baby, snap, snap.
Baby. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's kind of where that ends.
That sucks. Well, he probably gave her a call.
I wish there was more shit. Somebody
should reach out to him.
Dude, there's a bunch of bad reviews on here. Not a bunch. There's a fair amount. But the point is, there are some places, more rural places, that are just weird places, and then also filled with some people that are just a little diff. But that's okay.
It's because they're living. I mean, if you put an ant in like a fucking microscope,
sure.
No, you put an ant in a petri dish.
Yeah.
And then you check on him in 5 years. He's gonna look a lot different than the ant that you left in the ant hill. You know what I mean? These people are living in a closed circuit, dude. Like weird just begets weird. It's thoroughbred weird.
It is.
And it's not what you breed for. They're not desirable traits. It's just fucking thoroughbred weird.
But if that is what they're going for, they're doing a pretty good job.
They're fucking killing it. How about, dude, the bartender? So we went to the Abenaki. We went to the Muddy Moose and got a mudslide, which was really fucking good.
And if you watch the vlog, you would know that's where the vlog kind of just ended.
walking in there.
Because, that's kind of where I stopped feeling like filming. So,
dude, because I was so hungry. We had just walked like 0.8 miles.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
But no, we were both. I think I speak for us both, where it felt like we flew here in a plane and like we stuck our heads out the fucking window the entire time. I don't know why I felt that feeling, but I felt it today. And you looked like you had felt it too. You looked windblown.
I had strangers looking at me because I was making such a scene, like putting my head on the bar and just like all I could talk about for like an hour was how I felt obnoxious, but I couldn't stop.
No, it wasn't obnoxious because I felt like shit too. We just both. I think it's the drive through the mountains, dude. It's a fucking, it's an adventure to get up here.
Yeah,
you really need almost like a day to recoup.
Yeah.
And we just jumped into fucking drinking beers and going out to Zeb's.
But so if you watch the thing, you would be like, oh, man, what happened after they said they were going to the Muddy Moose? So this is what happened.
Got a mudslide. Got some pretty good food there. The Muddy Moose. If we're doing a destination pod, I would say the Muddy Moose is a must visit in Portsmouth, even though it's in North Conway.
North Conway, yeah, especially if you're near North Conway.
So we went Muddy Moose, got a mudslide, got some good food, and then we went to the Abenaki Bar and Pub, which was
something like that.
Named after like some ski resort that no longer exists. It's at the top of the mountain. It's worth the peregrination if you can make it up the mountain on foot.
Yes.
It's worth the domestic beer selection.
It is about
it's
a
well
3.5 hour hike. But they have some great Budweiser on tap.
The cans are immaculate.
No dents.
But we made it there. That's where we caught our second wind. Because you were still, like at the Muddy Moose, you were like head on the table taking a nap.
I mean, Abenaki too, in all fairness. I was
but
not.
Maybe, do you think it was the walk back? Because so the Abenaki is like a 20-minute walk from our hotel. And that's sprinting up the mountain to get there. But then I think, we caught a second wind. We got the wind in our sails coming back to the hotel, and we stopped at a place called Deacon Street, which looked like a pretty nice steakhouse. And just speaking of like thoroughbred, bona fide North Conway weird, like living in a vacuum, our bartender at Deacon Street, if you guys watch the Goldbergs, she had the mom in the Goldbergs' hair, like the Farrah Fawcett, like feathered fucking tips. But it was brunette, and I swear I don't know that girl's name, but she had the fucking Farrah Fawcett feathered hair, dude.
She looked like a Lisa.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Dude, I would look at her from the side and be like, oh, it's not as weird as I thought. And then when she turned back to me, I was like, oh my God, like you really look like it's 1985. Like it's unbelievable.
It's like fashionable peacocking. Like her haircut is peacocking. It's like in the 80s, it was just how big can you get your hair? Like afros and fucking, well, you can't miss her.
You wanted to be powerful in the 80s. You wanted to show dominance.
Big hair was the way to do it. Big cocks and big hair.
That's what I always say.
Deacon Street was cool though. It was it was very noiristic. It was very like someone had just strangled someone in the bathroom.
I really like that joint. I don't know, dude. For whatever reason, I associate up here with like dimly lit green walled restaurants. Like like
the
green
Moose
walls,
gets like that.
And there's like some shit, like some pictures. Like in here, right now we got a picture of an old tennis tournament, an old Life magazine cover, and oh god, I don't even know what I would call that.
It's like some
just
kind
a
of
picture
like
of people in a canoe.
Yeah, it's like a cartoonish drawing of people going down what must be the Saco River. It looks like New Hampshire Magazine's cover circa April 1981.
Yeah, summer fun since 1972.
There you go.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but this kind of shit is what would be on the wall in a restaurant up here. And Deacon Street, I think, is like the perfect example of that. Like, in all honesty, that place runs through my mind every couple weeks because like I just have some family memories there and shit. And I don't know. There's like a certain like kind of family atmosphere that I get up here.
Yeah, it's dude. I mean, now that you say that, like going back to Zeb's earlier, there's a lot of just like parents and their children. Dude, that little albino kid said hi to you when he rode by on his tricycle.
Yeah,
after instructed by his dad to do so.
Yeah,
this is like, oh my god. Oh my god, it's nostalgia ultra, dude. It's like bring your kids here ASAP.
Get them here now.
They'll love it.
But no, there is like a big family thing up here. So coming up here as an adult with another adult,
It's kind of
cool.
Sick and sadistic. It's kind of it's I had a good time, but you see like a slice of that pie that you didn't know existed. I feel like I liked it. I had a great time, but it's weird revisiting. Like it'd be like going back to like Sesame Place or something. Like as an adult. Like, you can get beer at Sesame Place. Doesn't mean you're not going to see Elmo and feel fucking weird. I felt weird all day. No, now I'm making it something weird. It wasn't weird. I loved it.
No. You know what I'm glad we didn't see that I did think for a moment might happen? Here, do you want to do the weird thing we were talking about?
What?
Do you want to do the...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Here, I'll sit here.
What were you afraid to see?
I was a little afraid to see... look me in the eyes. Thank you. I was... weird. I can't do it. Okay. All right, I'll say it. I was a little afraid of seeing like a family with like dads our age. You know what I mean? Like, seeing like like me and you are coming here to like birthday bash, and then seeing like a 24-year-old guy with 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah, we didn't see that. Yeah, which is cool. I think this is very much like middle-aged dads. I don't think if you bring your kids here, it's definitely like. Yeah, I don't think
you have the money to do this because like,
you've been divorced at least once. I feel like you see more dads with their girlfriends with their kids on the weekends.
I don't think that's
true.
They
gain custody. I think that's true because that's when I came here with my dad.
I think that's why you're saying that.
It's a very singular thing.
Yeah, I think what's more common is just like the perfect white middle class, middle America white picket fence. That's what I meant by white. I meant picket fence.
Caucasian fence.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying. I meant that. Being here and you know, being all, I don't know, you're probably going skiing up here in the winter, and then the summertime you come here and you hit all the theme parks, and you drag your kid and your shitty wife to Deacon Street or whatever it is, and, you know, get pissed drunk and have some lobster, and your kid makes a scene and you have to drag him outside and you hit him in the parking lot, and like you shouldn't have, but like he's young enough, he's 4, he might forget, and we'll probably won't stick.
And if you don't hit him now, you're only gonna have to hit him later on, and probably more often because he didn't learn.
Exactly,
dude. This is a great follow-up podcast just feel to that The way Shining.
That's what happened to me. I was just joking. No, that's not. No.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh well. Anyways, anywho. So how often did you come here as a kid?
Probably 2 or 3 times a summer. It's not more.
Why, dude? Like, just sticking with the whole destination theme of the episode. Like, we found a couple like great bars tonight, but it's weird to imagine like, as a kid, this place felt like fucking Disney World, dude. It's so
why,
and it's not like we're. I mean, I wasn't drinking that much as a kid. It's
Me
not
neither.
you if you don't have the bars to appreciate. Like, you just go into Zeb's and you see a couple fucking Birchwood action figures, and you're like, "This is goddamn Disney World, dude."
Could we go to the toy store and the 5 and Dime? And then like, I don't know, if you're not going to Storyland or whatever, dude. It's, you know what's even crazier? So like, I came up here because my family was big involved in like a bunch of like organizations and associations and committees and unions and shit and all that. So we were coming up to, it was usually like some kind of work event, you know what I mean? Like my dad, like up here with coworkers, or up here with some kind of a, you know, like I said, whatever. So I, for the most part, we would like hit Storyland or Six Gun City, which is gone now.
Oh, Six Gun. Yeah, I never went there.
Oh, that one was my favorite. But we would hit that like once, but for the most time when we were up here, I was like going to dinner with adults, and we would like go and like I would sit in a meeting and I had to sit in the back and be quiet, and like we would like, I don't know, like it was very adult things, but for whatever reason I loved coming up here, even though it was super bureaucratic shit.
It's North Conway is like Disneyland, but it's dinner with adults. Like there's no like character breakfast. No. It's dinner with adults, because that's exactly dude. That's pretty much my experience. And it was like that being punctuated, like all those dinners with dad being punctuated by like 10 seconds to look at the Zeb's general store toy selection made it a magical place. It was so worth it, dude. It was amazing.
Weird.
Going back to Zeb's, I have no fucking idea why I would be overwhelmed by all that.
That's what I meant by like the underwhelming statement. Is like, I remember it being like fuck yes. Yeah. And I went there, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like it was still on the positive end of the spectrum. I was just like,
it was a good visit.
I remember this being like, you know, a must hit.
Which I would still say it is, but like as a kid, like, dude, on their website, if you click the Zeb's General Store About Us, I'm going to stop using their full name and just call it Zeb's, because people know what I'm talking about by now. You. If you go to the Zeb's About Us section of their website, it says...
Zeb's General Store?
Zeb's General Store on 118 Main Street, North Conway, New Hampshire.
Okay.
No, but on their About Us section, Zeb's General Store, it says, with a toy selection to bring kids off the street. Or to lure kids off the street, it says.
Lure?
Lure. L-U-R-E. To lure kids off the street.
What, is there a crack problem here? Is this Brooklyn circa 1991?
It's like predatory no matter what you're luring with. You lure prey.
You don't lure children.
Dude. I mean, you can. You can lure children.
Here's the thing.
Not with any good intention. It says with a toy selection or with a toy and game selection to lure kids off the street.
And it also implies that the children in the town need to be lured off the street.
Yeah, that's a weird...
Is there gang violence here? Where are we?
Maybe we should go... Dude, do you want to take a walk to Main Street?
Right now?
You want to play night crawlers? No, not right now. Like, finish up the podcast and then fucking just meander about... Dude, we can go to that park after dark and trespass in the park after...
Do you want to drink some beers out of paper bags?
Yeah, I'd love to do it. Let's do that, bro.
Yeah.
Let's do that, bro.
Yeah.
Let's fire it up.
Anyway, I'm really glad that there's nobody up here with their kids who's our age, because I really feel like I'm trying my best to mature and become a better man, and I don't need to compare myself to anybody. My method of doing it is not better or worse than anybody else's.
Sure, you can have a kid. Kids don't equal wisdom necessarily.
No,
sure, you raised a kid and he graduated college and you're only 40 and I'm 40 and I'm driving a Volkswagen Passat.
You know what I say to that? That don't impress me much. That's what whenever I listen to that song, I think about North Conway. And whenever I think about North Conway, I think about that song.
And whenever you think of that song, you think of North Conway, Zeb's General Store, Main Street, North Conway, Zeb's General Store, luring kids off the street since 1991. It's very weird that they were founded in 1991. That's fucking...
Were they really?
Yeah, remember we were talking about that.
Oh,
it feels like it should be like
just
the 50s,
year that I used a minute ago as like I pulled out of my ass about something.
God, that must be like subconscious
weird.
Embedded.
Yeah, I was thinking more about Biggie like doing crack in Brooklyn. Like,
yeah, you said there's a crack problem.
Yeah, that's just why I used that. But yeah, dude,
good year for a crack problem epidemic. Dude, that's a fucking. That was like the zenith. That was the summit of crack.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I know my dates. I will say, dude, pretty insane that place was only opened in 1991 because I for sure would have believed you if you told me like 1790.
Yeah,
if you told me that place was selling like horse shoes,
horse shit, selling shit.
If you told me they were selling like horseshoes and spurs and shit, I would have totally believed you.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. Don't you feel kind of betrayed that 1991? What if Zebulon... Did Zebulon never exist? Because that sounds like a fucking evil villain's name in a Disney movie,
It sounds like the guy from Scientology. Like the evil Lord Zebulon.
And so spake the Lord Zebulon.
Is that his name? Wait.
No, Zarathustra. No, that's Nietzsche. Thus spake Zarathustra. I don't know the guy's name in Scientology.
Well, it might as well be
Zebulon
Zebulon because he's equally as real as this Zebulon is, because there's no goddamn way that a Zebulon was around in 91 opening a store.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
That's a lie.
Are we just figuring that out now? Zebulon is not a real name.
Maybe that's why Zebs felt so magical to us as kids, because they're lying to us just like Storyland is. You go there, you see Humpty Dumpty. You come here, you see Zebulon. All fakes.
And it's like the Scientology version of Toys R Us, where there's like a whole lore behind it. Like Zebulon was a schooner captain.
Yeah.
And
you've used that word a few times today.
Well, because
Can I stop you and ask what that is? Because
it's a sailing ship. Schooner is like a clipper. Like
I knew that. Yeah, sailing. I know. We're true sailors. I obviously
schooner, dude.
I totally know what that is.
Jesus Christ! I thought you were the captain of the schooner.
I never signed up to be any kind of captain.
Well, we can't all be Zebulons, especially when he's fictional. That's very weird.
Some days you're a Zebulon, some days you're a Zarathustra. Am I right?
Zebulons and Zarathustras. That'd be a great. That'd be a great something.
Yeah, like that book. Like men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Like
Zebulons are from schooners and Zarathustras from Nietzsche. What else?
Yeah, you want to lay on the beds?
Yeah. What do you?
Down?
This is very comfy.
Yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself? No. What? Anything else from North Conway? So we made it home.
Dude,
We
I
went
got
to
some
Deacon
shit I gotta
Street.
say.
What do you
Actually,
got? What do you got?
Well, this isn't necessarily
I'm gonna
related.
touch myself.
You go ahead. And so here's what I got to say. There are a plethora of attractions up here, be it amusement parks is the word I was looking for. There are here. I'm going to list them off. Yeah, Storyland, Clark's Trading Post, Six Gun City, which is now defunct.
Rest in peace.
Santa's Village.
Storyland and Santa's Village are different places. I thought they were like one for one.
They are not.
BOGO.
They are different joints. But I think that's it. There's probably one more that I'm forgetting, but it really doesn't matter in all honesty.
Save for Canopy Lake, those are probably the biggest amusement parks in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like easily.
If anything, I think they probably get more foot traffic than Canopy because Canopy is like Canopy is kind of like widespread. Brings in the people, but nothing really puts asses in the seats like children's
whining children fighting you
luring
to go there.
Children off the streets of Glen and Lincoln, New Hampshire. That don't impress.
Do you want
to power rank these, dude? Do you want to power rank these?
I've never been to Storyland. I've never been to Santa's Village. You can do it.
Really? You've never?
I swear to God, yeah, no. I've
Clark's.
Never been.
You've been to Clark's though, yeah.
I've been to Clark's. So yeah, dude, I'd have to with the Wolfman.
Here's the
I'd
thing,
have
though.
to go number one, Clark's.
Size-wise, Clark's is by far the smallest.
Well, yeah, because it's just a bear cage and an old dude who goes into the bear cage and then
are you forgetting Merlin's Magic Room?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone into that. Yeah.
Oh, it's
my
it's
dad
like a ride.
forbade witchcraft. Hold on, I'm gonna take my.
That makes sense. Go for it. So Merlin's Magic, whatever. It's like this ride where you just like sit in a room on like a bench with 100 other people, and the room spins around you, but it looks like you're spinning around. You know what I mean? It looks like you're inverting upside down, but the room is just spinning around you. It's like it's pretty advanced. It's like shit. Yeah, it's like this bench is like on like an axis, like a pole through the room, and then the room spins. It's
Wouldn't
really
it be
cool.
easier to spin the bench?
They play like rave music. Well, then you'd go upside down and shit. You don't actually go upside down.
But I'm just thinking like
black
architecture.
Lights. Dude, I'm not even. Holy shit! I forgot about this. They play like EDM and like black lights and like tiger projections on the wall.
What is this real? The same place where you get chased by a wolf man with a 6-shooter on a fucking go-kart?
I swear on my life, dude. I would hit it tomorrow with you. I think Clark's is like $10 to get in.
Do you want to just go to like the souvenir shop even? Dude, I remember, did you ever get one of those cork wooden guns that...
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and it was a little... Yeah, dude, we should go get one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Merlin's...
You can buy hermit crabs there in their fucking gift shop for like $2. Live animals,
you know what,
for like $2.
The cats would love hermit crabs.
The cats would love to eat some hermit crabs.
Well, dude... Be creme de la creme.
Creme de la crab.
What would you... I can't call it. What would you rate Clark's then, given the EDM psychedelic room?
Well, I mean, they also have the bumper boats.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the bumper boats.
They have the rock climbing wall now, and they have... Again, dude, I can't stress this enough that I'm not making this up. They have an off-road Segway tour.
What? Yeah, no, you've been there so much more recently than I have. Dude, are you fucking serious? That sounds sweet, dude.
Yeah, so it's Segways, like you've seen.
Dean came in, sure.
Yeah, you've seen Paul Blart. But they have off-road tires on them. And you put on a helmet and you go through the woods on a Segway tour.
How extreme an individual do you need to be out of 10?
You can do it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's my father did it with me.
Okay, yeah, your dad's a pretty rigid, stiff dude.
not exactly.
I can't dance. Your dad can't
jumping.
walk. Yeah, no, he's not. Your dad's not exactly breaking it to Thriller.
No, he's not. But what he is doing is going on this off-road Segway tour. So all things considered, dude, I would give Clark's. I don't know if it's fair to give them out of 10, dude, but I would say...
No, give them out of 10, just because then rate the other ones.
Okay.
Like to establish a water level.
All things considered, I'd probably give Clark's a... I'm going to be stingy with these.
Really?
Probably, I'm going to give Clark's a 7.2.
What?
Yeah.
They have off-road Segways?
I've been to Disney World, man.
No, but I'm saying just out of like using the scale for New Hampshire. Yeah,
so
7.2.
one of these has to hit a 10.
No. A 10 would be perfect. You would change nothing about it.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Just
so,
New Hampshire.
You know what? Yeah, I'm still gonna keep Clark's. I'll give it like a 7-8.
A 7-8. Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say it's almost an injustice to Disney World if off-road segways get you a fucking passing grade.
Yeah, you're right.
7-8.
So, all right. So a 7-8 for Clark's. After Clark's, you got the big guy. Let's just hit it. Storyland.
Get it out of the way.
So here's what happened with Storyland, man. Here's a little history lesson with your boy Joe. So a couple years ago, by a couple, I probably mean a decade. Storyland changed hands. It used to be like Ma and Pa owned, and it got bought out by this Chinese company that was trying to like
fucking shame.
My mother will tell you, and they're trying to make it. They're like bought a bunch of attractions like that, and they're trying to make it all like Disney World, and it's kind of replicating their thing, but it doesn't fucking work. So like when it was Ma and Pa, like they had like some deep fried food, and they had like. Oh, you can, go on like this little ride and Humpty Dumpty's over here and whatever. Now, dude, you can pay like $80 to have a character dinner with Humpty Dumpty and Cinderella.
Dude,
and shit.
That's bullshit. So they're just monetizing the fuck out of like every element of it?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, it sucks. And the food's so expensive and the good rides are all broken. Storyland, you're getting a 5.7.
Fucking send a message, dude. Fight the power.
Yeah, dude.
Buying up Storyland in the pursuit of building up like Disney World type attractions is one of the dumbest business decisions. More like the shit-zins.
You said it.
No, that's a dumb business decision, dude. That's like not the way to go about it. It'd be like if you bought like a taxi company because you wanted to have a Lamborghini dealership.
Yeah, you're going after the wrong shit.
Yeah, you're not even close. It's like on the same planet but not the same continent even, dude. That's fucking stupid. Fuck that. That's really annoying, dude.
Yeah. So that's...
How about Santa's?
So Santa's, dude, you got to give them some credit. Because Santa's Village is trying to expand, man. They're trying to make some cooler shit. They absorbed the water park and whatever. And
that's a funny sentence. They absorbed the water park.
They did. They absorbed the water park next door.
Oh, I didn't even see. I haven't been there.
Yeah, so there used to be a water park next door, and they took it over. The water park that before that was Six Gun City. Like Santa's Village and Six Gun City used to be next to each other. Six Gun City turned into a water park. Now that water park is part of Santa's Village.
Oh, okay. What was, just to pause there, what was Six Gun City? Like
we'll get there.
Wild
I'm
West.
saving that one for last. Santa's Village, dude, you got to give them some credit. If Clark's was a... Okay, it's hard to rate because I would rather go to Clark's, but I know as a theme park, as a child, Santa's Village is just way better. It's way bigger, way more interactive. If you're taking kids there, it's got to be a flat 8, dude. It's got to be an 8.0.
But there's something, I mean, you as a kid went to Clark's and it still resonates to this day. You just said you wanted to go there more. I feel like you're denying something.
Like, now when I was a kid, I didn't want to sit through the bear show. I want to go to the bear shows now. I'd love to see bear shows.
Well, that's an argument for Clark's then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. If you're talking about bringing kids, these places are aimed at kids. If you're looking to bring a kid, Santa's Village is probably the number one these days.
Yeah. No, that's true. I see their ads. I never see ads for Clark's.
Yeah.
Like that means they're prospering, I feel like. So you got Santa's Village in the lead at an 8 flat.
Yeah.
Clark's a 7.8. And then you got fucking stupid ass Storyland
at a 5.7.
Trying to evolve into Disney World.
Yeah.
5.7.
So last and certainly not least, you got Six Gun City. Or you had Six Gun City.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's defunct. It can't be a 10 out of 10.
No.
It's defunct.
But, dude, so here's what Six Gun City was. It was, so at the front, you got your tickets and whatever, and it opened up right into a gift shop. But it wasn't like a gift shop. It was like an apparel place. So you got to buy a cowboy hat, a vest, a cap gun, all that shit.
No.
Right? And you had to pass through that before you got into the park.
That's fucking genius.
So kids are getting loaded up. They're getting, a vest with holsters for all their caps to shoot their guns. And then you get to the outside of the gift shop and into the park, and there are no rides. There are no characters. It is just a cowboy Wild West town.
Dude.
And if you go into each building, like the bank, the banker is behind the thing, and he'll give you like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. of like,
that's
man,
so fucking cool,
that
dude.
darn outlaw, like I thought I saw him in here last week. He robbed this bank clean. If I see him, if you bring him back here, I'll give you a reward. And like you could go find the outlaw.
That's so fucking cool.
And like there was a whole like street play where the sheriff would like gather kids around. It's like, I need you guys to help me find that damn horse thief.
Dude, that's some advanced shit, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that existed. It's like a role playing Wonderland.
And pretty much
you
the
get to
parents
pretend
just
to have
sat
a
around,
gun?
and like the kids just ran amok.
Dude, that's so cool. It also sounds like
Yeah.
that Star Trek episode where all the adults disappeared and kids are running society and they're all muddy faced and there's Ebola going around and shit.
It is kind of dystopian in that way, yeah. But
how did it go out of business? If you're instantly merchandising, if it's like obligatory merchandise, like that's fucking crazy, dude.
So
That
they
sounds
sold
cool.
it to another company as well. And that company decided to expand behind the town. So behind the town, they put in not rides, but like they put in laser tag, they put in bumper cars, they put in go-karts, and they put in like pony rides. And that kind of grew the place a little bit. You know, a little bit more people were coming in. And then they expanded it to a petting zoo back there. Then they expanded a water park on the side of it, and right between them and Santa's Village. And then I think they expanded like too much, and it just blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter.
You lose your vision, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So it ended up falling through. It became just the water park. The water park stayed open for a little bit. Then Santa's Village just took it over, which is wicked sad because Six Gun City, although no rides back in my day, it was the shit.
So just sheer experience then. Maybe what would you give it out of 10? Sheer experience.
Sheer
just
experience,
joy derived.
everything out the way, like probably an 8.3.
Wow.
Yeah. But all things considered on park design and how they handled it and all that, probably like a 7.1.
Oh, so
All
even
things
with
considered.
the piss poor, like the end management, even
It beats
with
out
that
Storyland still. Yeah. Even in its worst days. But so that's some of the shit that you have that you can see up here or that you could have seen in the past.
Yeah, it's gone. It's no longer. You can't even cooperate what we're saying right now.
Nope.
I will say, I said that's some advanced shit because the only time I've heard of such like the Six Gun City, like that role playing experience, there was a place in like Minnesota. It's called actually this is Wisconsin. It's basically like a 40 by 40 mile fucking square area. It's just theme parks and they're all interdependent. But it's called the Dells, the Wisconsin Dells.
I think I've heard of this. Is this like a nationally known thing? Is it like a big thing?
Yeah, it's pretty famous. Like it's just imagine like cut Six Flags in half. Or no, imagine Canby Lake Parks.
Yeah.
And like 20 of them all just side by side. And they're competing with each other to put out like the best shit, dude. So there's like crazy.
So
it's
sick.
really cool, dude. And there's water parks and there was one place that was called like the Wizard's Palace or some shit, but it was all like role playing, like scavenger hunt type shit like that. It was really cool.
That sounds sick, dude.
Yeah, but it was definitely, I feel like it was more contemporary than Six Gun City, because Six Gun City, they probably understood like give the kids cork guns and bottle rockets the second they walk in. They've been doing that since fucking 1975.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
That's probably
Fucking
really,
a Christmas stories about that shit.
yeah. It's very advanced shit. The guy probably went to watch A Christmas Story in theaters and said, I gotta fucking start selling guns to kids. Second they walk in, let them
Kids could
think
use
they're
more
fucking
guns.
cowboys and cowpokes. Got to use cowpokes. That's cool.
Yeah, there you go. You've been wanting to use that all day.
I have no idea why.
Me
I've been
neither.
saying cowpokes and polecats.
Something about the air up here really just brings a different side of you out,
brings
man.
the cowpoke out. I'm an old polecat up here. You want to go to Six Gun City tomorrow?
Dude, the sleeveless shirt and that hat, and you doing a southern accent just made it too real right there. When
And
you
drinking a
just did,
Twisted
when you
Tea.
just did this, I was like, "Fucking A, man." I love you. You look like a rat bastard right now. You look like a shithead.
Hey, old polecat.
Dude,
come on.
You look like you have a shotgun under that bed. That's so good.
Scram
Dude,
you old goat.
I would love to see you move to the south, like the dirty south, and then just come down and like see it in like 20 years. Just see what it does to you.
Dude,
I think
would
it
just
would
be
tear you down. I think it would just like drain the life force out of you.
You wouldn't be able to find me because I wouldn't have a cell phone anymore. I'd be off the grid, dude. If I was still alive, even, I'd be off the grid. I'd lose my fucking mind. Dude, you know me. I'm a kiss ass. I'm a sycophant. I'm a people pleaser. I'll cut your hair.
I know.
With the next steak knife you fucking hand me. Dude, I suck in the South. Like, Southern hospitality does not land. I think maybe I'm too, like, sardonic.
It's called being fake.
Yeah, it's fake. It's tough. Like, you just can't match it. And that's what's weird is, like, I feel like Southern hospitality is like directly opposed to like Hollywood ass kissing, but it's the same level of like being synthetic. Fake. It's just fake shit, dude. It's
like
just,
that article that came out a couple months ago, probably like 2 weeks ago, about like Boston being rated nationally by some fucking magazine or newspaper or whatever as like the rudest city in the country.
I think I saw that on like Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Yeah,
that's where I saw it, and it was like. I don't know, all the responses were saying pretty much the same thing, which is like, I would so much rather people say what the fuck they want to me than be like, well, how do you do there? Like, shut the goddamn hell up.
Like,
I don't want to talk to you.
I've probably said this 100 times to you.
Say it again.
But really, I really think a blatant evil is somehow better than a subtle evil. I would rather just know what...
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just identify this person's mad at me than playing a guessing game. Like, is this person going to give me my coffee or are they going to throw my coffee in my fucking face? Like, I went to Sacramento. Dude, even, like, it's pretty crazy that, like, I've been to, as far as the South, I've been to, like, Florida and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I've been to California, which is the West. It's not the South, but it's similar type like fakeness. Like Southern hospitality is not far off from like Hollywood fucking ass kissing, and you really have no idea. Like I remember going to a Starbucks out in Sacramento, and the person like told me they didn't know what I was ordering because I ordered something that was like secret menu Starbucks. It's called a black eye. Yeah. And they kind of were like, "What?" It's like I want to say it's like an Americano with an extra shot of espresso. And they're like, oh, we do it a little different out here. But it was just the little difference sounded, it just landed with me as like, have you ever been to a fucking Starbucks? Like, do you not know the Starbucks slang? Like, it's just, I'd rather just know if you're telling me fuck you, then like, I don't want to have to translate it. Like, just, I think a more in your, like, Boston rude is so much better than like that type of fake hospitality. Dude, and like
so I work in Boston, in case you didn't know that.
You do.
So I work in Boston, and there's this place called Charlie's Cheesesteaks. It's just like a fucking cheesesteak joint.
Sounds really good. The alliteration of Charlie's Cheesesteaks.
And dude, their best sandwiches are the chicken ones.
Charlie's Cheesesteak chicken sandwiches?
That's the ones. Dude, I get one that has it's chicken with melted provolone, and then mayo, lettuce, tomato, and pickle. Oh, get the fuck out of here. It's called the Chicken California. So I'm standing in line the other day, and the line's like moving kind of fast, and they're just kind of pumping people through, right? Because like there's a lot of long people in this line, and like the woman who is taking the orders, like I'm second in line, right? And the woman who's taking the orders is like moving at a quicker pace than she would like to be. You know what I mean? You can just tell that she's like, okay, yeah.
Trying to hustle people.
And so she like takes the thing, takes the receipt, hands it over, like walks over to her right where like she like tells the kitchen people who are over there cooking, whatever. And I step up to the cash register. She walks back over to me, looks me in the eyes and goes, what? And I was like, Chicken California. She goes, got it. And walked away, and that was the entirety of my order. She like pressed a button, and I just had to like put my card in. I so prefer that to hi, welcome to Charlie's. How are you doing? What can I get you today?
Because that slows everyone else. That's the most efficient order taking you could ever do. Is just not what do you want, but what.
Yeah, she just looked at me and went, what? And I was like, Chicken California. She goes, and nothing else? Nope.
Did you stammer for a second trying to fill in like what are you here for?
No, dude.
What do you want?
I felt her energy, man. I saw her run over there, saw her run back to me, saw her look me in the eyes and go, what? And I was like, this lady wants to know what I want. Chicken California.
And see, if you were in California and you got a what at Stevie's Steakhouse,
you'd write a Yelp review.
You would think, what do you want? Why are you here? What's your name? What are you doing here? Like, whereas in Boston, you heard what, and you knew, I want this.
I want this. And dude, I felt great that she didn't give a shit about me. She didn't fake it. She didn't.
Feels good sometimes.
Yeah, it was like, dude, you live your life, I'm living mine. Dude, one time this lady stopped me in the food court and talked to me for like 10 minutes about the shirt I was wearing. And just from the way she talked to me and the fact that she talked to me and just like the way that she was just being like, oh, well, that's great. Maybe I should apply for a job there. And da-da-da. And just like,
oh, you're saying at work. I'm like, well, the food court. I'm picturing the Mall of New Hampshire, and you're just wearing a provocative shirt, and someone's drawn to bright colors or some shit.
Yeah, no, it was at the mall in Boston, and I wanted to say, like, dude, you are wearing it on your chest that you are not from here. Like the speed at which you're talking, where you're like, oh, I remember. Well, my friend was from. Where was he from? I'm like, dude, nobody wants to hear this.
Dude, you are not hiding the fact that you are Japanese right now. We get it.
No, this girl was from the South. You could tell. And that's Southern hospitality. Fuck them. Fuck you.
Doesn't it
come to the
feel
North Conway,
hey,
brother.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
we'll fucking give it to you, baby. We're going to give it to you straight and hot.
Brother, I love you.
I love you, too.
Dude. Please sip your drink. We cheers. Thank you. You love me?
Dude, but sticking to the whole being a tourist and forms of hospitality and shit, like that girl coming up to you in the food court shooting the shit about your Sony polo, don't you feel like if you're in a wicked foreign ass fucking alien place, doesn't it feel like if you like make good with even like a homeless person on the street in that place, that somehow resonates to the rest of the population, like everyone else knows, like I'm welcome here. That guy pissing in his Coors Light can, drinking it, liked me, so I get it here, and they get me.
I'm one of you.
Speaking of pissing, funny. Dude, I gotta piss like a fucking racehorse that just drank a bunch of beers and shit.
Yeah. So here's another little thing about I wish the bathroom you could see from the camera angle right now, and we could just get like a clear view of Jack taking a piss. Unfortunately, we are not so lucky. Oh yeah, he can see. Yeah, well, y'all can see. You can see the sleeveless shirt and the hat. Yeah. So Jack opted to not get the souvenir T-shirt this time. He's usually a pretty big souvenir T-shirt guy. Went with the souvenir hat. In my opinion, honestly, usually it's a no for me. I would go with the souvenir hat for him, not for me. Obviously, I wouldn't be caught dead in something so embarrassing. But he likes that shit, so whatever. But he went with a hat, which I'd usually disagree with. But this hat, if you're not watching on YouTube right now, I would get on and check it out because the hat is pretty cool. Like he was saying, it's like a discontinued color. I've never seen this shade of red. It's like acid washed red. And if you're also watching the video, you're seeing how incredible my outfit is today. You're seeing the fact that I have gray Quicksilver shoes that I got at Plato's Closet for $8. You're seeing that I'm wearing, oh God, where are these from? I'm wearing maroon joggers that I also got at Plato's Closet for $10. You're seeing the fact that I'm wearing a striped polo that I got at a different thrift store for a couple dollars, and that I'm wearing a cardigan that makes me look a lot like a professor that I got for $6 at Plato's Closet. You're also seeing that Jack is back and he's putting on a jacket. And you're also, dude, I was just saying you like fucking souvenir T-shirts. I didn't even realize that sleeveless shirt is the Provincetown one
T-shirt.
Yeah, that you bought on our first destination episode.
I'm wearing a Zeb's General Store hat located at 118 Main Street, North Conway, and a fucking Provincetown sleeveless, dude. You look like if you're a professor at a college, you're fucking a lot of your students, dude.
Dude,
you were looking so sexual in that shit.
I thought the same that I look like
sexual.
I look like a guy who's like the first day you're like, ooh, who's a new professor? But by the end, I'm getting fired for doing some heinous shit. Like I'm not only fucking students, but I'm like changing their grades because of it and shit.
And that makes it even hotter, dude.
Yeah,
That's even better. And guess what? You'll find a new university too, because you're fucking the guidance counselor too, who for some reason hires the professors who fuck students at another college. What do you think, brother?
You know what I think, man?
What?
I think
give it to me straight. No Southern hospitality, Joe.
If I had to give it to you, oh, you want me to just give it to you real straight, like Boston straight?
Give it to me, Boston.
It's time to do the music minute. So here's what we're going to do this week on the Music Man. We're going to talk about 3, 4, 5, a couple different things. We're going to talk about a couple things. The first thing is what I've been listening to. The second thing is what Jack's been listening to. And then from there, vote for Pete. We're going to put it on a playlist. Here's what we got to talk about, guys. I hope you're sitting down. Take a minute. Make sure you're sitting down. This is a pretty big announcement.
Yeah, this is big, dude.
I want everybody to be calm. Just take a breath. Remember that nothing really matters. That a couple million years from now, the sun is going to explode and everything that we have built on this earth will be gone. So there's no need to hang on to anything. Nope. Like a Spotify playlist.
Like a stupid fucking Spotify playlist.
That's
what
meaningless.
Is more impermanent than that?
Nothing. That's why this is the final week that we are adding to the True Sailing Songs of the Summer. Poop, Buddha, Jet, Fire on the Water, River on the Water, Vote for
One
Poop,
last
Vote
time,
Poop
baby.
Playlist.
Dude, that's sad. That's crazy. I mean, this is a good one. Is there
It's
any way we
one.
can can we immortalize it somehow? Can we put it in a museum somewhere?
Yeah, like Spotify.
No, I don't know. You know it better than me. I don't know where to put it. I just feel like it should be immortalized. I feel like it's a fucking cool
It's
playlist.
on the internet.
Oh, so it doesn't get deleted. Okay.
I'm not going to delete it.
It's just a new one. Time for a new one.
Yeah, it's time for a new
Deleting
one.
it would be vindictive, like you were mad at it.
Yeah,
for
no,
some reason.
no. So next week we'll give you guys a name. In the meantime, give us a name. What do you think we should name the fall playlist? And what do you think we should start it off with? We'll take a listener submission for the first week and put a listener song on the fall playlist. What do you guys like to listen to in the fall? What gets you feeling cozy?
I say we each get one listener submission. I think that'd be cool.
We
you know what I mean?
one?
We each pick our favorite, like our personal favorite. That'd be cool. Yeah,
Yep.
so let us know, folks. And also name suggestions for the playlist. Definitely let us know.
Yeah. So first off is what I've been listening to. Now, there is a couple big things that happened this week. Number one, there was a drop. Somebody put out new music.
Oh, no.
It's got to be said. We're all thinking about it. We're all listening to it. It's all the talk of the town. Everybody knows the 1975 came out with a new song. Oh. See what I did there?
Yeah.
It's a little misdirection. So we're going to go with the 1975's new song, People. It's not very good.
Really, dude?
It's not very good.
I thought you didn't like it.
No, I don't. It's the last week of the playlist, dude. Who cares?
Oh, we're just setting fire to it?
No.
Fuck it. Let's immolate the thing. It's a sacrifice.
I'm just putting some shit on there that I don't like. That's all. So I'm going to... God damn it, please don't get me pulled for fucking... All right. So I'm going to go with the title track of Taylor's new album. Obviously, that was my misdirection there, that Taylor Swift put out a new album. I'm going to go with Lover. It's not my favorite song on the album, but it's just the first one I saw right there. Okay, you know what I'm going to do, dude? This is a really sad one, but it works for me for the end of summer. For some reason, it's getting a little colder. It's early fall. And it makes you feel a little corny, but if you're alone and you're listening to it, it's one of those, I want to wallow in my tears songs, and I'm glad nobody's watching me right now because I just want to be sad.
I'm a fan of those.
It's please don't judge me for it then. You can judge me for it.
I don't judge.
It's How to Save a Life by The Freight.
Good song. Good tune.
Thanks. Thank
you. Good
you.
tune. That comes on at a bar, I'm crying.
Dude, yeah. Absolutely.
It's a good song.
What have you been listening to, Jack?
So I have, we're not playing the songs. I thought you went to play songs.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to.
So my first song, I didn't realize this was the ultimate. I thought this might be the penultimate. I thought this might be third to last, third to last, fourth. This is
Consider
the last
this an ultimatum.
Songs of the Summer Fire on the Water Voot for Poot playlist on the Water. My first song is Perfect Disguise by Modest Mouse, which is very bluesy, very almost like Neil Young, Thus Spake Zarathustra, Zebulon type music. No, but it's Perfect Disguise. Perfect Disguise by Modest Mouse, which is off of The Moon in Antarctica, which is a 2000 release by them. Came out in 2000.
That's older than I thought.
Yeah, dude, they were at like a weird like interphase in their career, which this song, like if you heard it, like just the instrumentation and the lyrics, you wouldn't guess it's Modest Mouse, but it's very much obviously Isaac singing and doing almost like a caricature, kind of like Rocky Raccoon by the Beatles, where it feels like he's doing a caricature of like a bluegrass fucking singer. Great song though. And it's a good wind down to summer. Feels like you're driving by some cactuses and 6-shooters in a place called fucking Six Gun City. And my second song, if we're just setting this bitch on fire, just burning the crop for next season, Street Talking by Slick Rick, which is Slick Rick and Outkast, 1999. Good tune, just getting into him. Slick Rick is a British-American rapper. And then my final song is going to be Take It to the Limit by the Eagles, dude, which is a sick final song for the fucking play. Take it to the limit.
That's a sick song to end it on.
Take it. We heard that at Deacon Street.
Yeah, we sure did.
That's when 15 minutes ago I said I'm gonna put that on the fucking playlist.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's a good tune.
Hey, you know what, dude? I want to say this. I want to say this honestly. So I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say words that I mean. It's been an honor to add to this playlist with you, dude.
It's been the honor of my life.
We should kill ourselves
right here,
right now. I'll drink to that, brother.
Cheers.
All right. Well, me and Jack got some business to attend to.
We're going to go walk in the middle of the street. Yeah. North Conway.
There's no need to
we should
worry.
Go take a walk, though. Just go down Main Street.
Yeah, we should actually get drunk in the park in front of the train station.
Slide down
Nothing
the slide.
bad could possibly happen.
Monkey on the monkey bars.
It'd be hilarious if this was like evidence that was found.
Especially like this spacing, like this ratio and depth to the shot.
Very weird. So that's that.
We went to North Conway.
We're in North Conway.
We went to Zeb's. We went for a walk. We drank a beer.
Power ranked and rated all the theme parks up here, as always.
I think you gave the definitive ranking for all the New Hampshire only theme parks.
I wouldn't say it's definitive, but I would say if anyone else tried to do one, they'd be wrong.
And yours is the superlative. Yours, yeah, I'd say you're the golden boy of theme parks with the rankings.
Okay, well, we've done all that. Happy birthday to Jack. This was Jack's birthday trip. He's 25 now.
Quarter century
crisis. He's coursing.
I'm wearing a corsage.
Coursing through his veins is the excitement to be 25. We got to find out what is next in his life.
Get off the fucking boat.